I'm Michelle Leon, and today I'm going to be washing my hands before I get started with my patient. I'm going to turn the water on, get some soap. I'm going to begin. So now I'm going to enter the room, but the first thing you need to remember when you enter the room is you have to knock.
Come in.
You have to wait for the patient to actually say something before you enter the room.
Once you've entered the room, you are now going to greet the patient. Hi, how are you?
Hi.
My name is Michelle Leon. I'm a nurse here at Winthrop Hospital, and today I'm going to be ambulating you into a wheelchair with a gait belt. Is there any questions or concerns?
No.
Okay. Can I have your name and date of birth, please?
Christian Koo 030806.
Always ID the patient. Can I see your ID, please? Perfect. All right, so now I'm going to go gather my supplies, but I am going to leave you here with a call bell. Grab your call bell. Here it is. Tap it if you need anything. Now I'm gathering my supplies. So here we have our gait belt, and I have my barriers as well. So I'm going to bring one at a time. So I'm going to knock. Here I have your gait belt. I'm going to place it right here. You still have your call bell, so I'm just going to go grab my wheelchair and tap that call bell if you need anything. Get your barriers before you touch the wheelchair. And I'm going to bring it into the room. Always knock. Okay, so I have your wheelchair here with you, and now I'm going to get started. As you can see here, the room isn't as organized as it should be. So what can we do? Let's think. The table isn't in the place it probably should be. It's in the way. This is a little bit in the way too because it's covering the bed and I can't lift it up to my height. So I'm going to move the table. I guess you could use it with barriers if you'd like. Right here. Let's move the wheelchair around as well, just so that it gives us some space to move around before we get started. You can always move the wheelchair right back. So we're actually going to move it to the side. Okay. Now I'm moving this table. All right, moving the table. So now I'm lifting the bed so that his feet can be flat on the floor. So we're not lifting it up a lot. We're not lifting it up to our waist. We're lifting it up specifically so his feet can be flat on the floor. After we lift the bed up a little bit, we're going to be putting him in Fowler's position.
Before I begin anything, I will now have to screen for my patient's privacy. Now we're lifting up the bed. And now we're putting him in Fowler's position.
So I'm currently in the patient's room, and the first thing I'm going to do is make sure the wheelchair is in its proper position. So as you can see, it's angled a little bit to the bed, so as soon as he gets up, he's able to shift right into the wheelchair. You can also see that the wheels are locked, but to make sure it's locked, I'm just gonna... Okay, it's locked. So now, put the barriers down. So as I stated previously, I'm going to be telling the patient what exactly I'm going to be doing. So, hi, I'm going to be exposing you from the top to the bottom, and I'm going to be ambulating you into the wheelchair using the gait belt. Is that okay with you?
That's fine.
I am now exposing him from the top to the bottom. So now I'm moving his legs to the side so that his feet could be flat on the floor. I'm doing this with my fingers and sweeping under his feet as I'm supporting his back. So now I'm putting his shoes on. So now I'm putting the gait belt around him, but as I'm doing this, I'm telling him to lift up his arms, and I'm looping it around. So now I'm doing the 4-finger test by putting my 4 fingers inside the gait belt. So now I'm telling him to put his feet apart so that I can put my knee in between his legs. I'm also now putting my fingers in between the gait belt as I'm telling him to put his hands on my shoulder. Smooth move. I am now taking off the gait belt. I am now unlocking his wheelchair and I'm finally taking him on a stroll. I'm using a barrier as I'm doing this. I am now going to begin to park him, so I'm doing this by locking the wheelchair. I now called my assistant Lauren to put the foot pedals in place for me. I am now adjusting his feet and the feet pedals. Now what I'm doing is I'm unlocking the wheelchair and taking him back on a stroll to his bed. You can see I have good body mechanics and I'm talking to the patient as I'm moving him. Placing him inside the room.
So now